This is the second video showing you how to search in the Horseless Carriage Club Gazette database. We've already seen about searching up here where we could enter in a name or a phrase or word and find some general kind of information. Also seen how we can go to the articles or the photos list and perhaps do a bit better searching in there. But for this one, we'll get a little bit more complicated and we'll use the database feature to find, which is this button right up here. When I use this one, I can enter in some word or a comment or a year into any one of the fields that are here on the page, and then it'll search for those things combined. When I enter two words into this field up here, it does an OR search. If I put 1910 Cadillac, it looks for the word 1910 or the word Cadillac in any issue. But if I use this find button, then I can say I want it to be 1910 and Cadillac, both of them together. So I click on find, and now all of the fields are empty. So I'm going to first of all just put Cadillac in here. And what I'm looking for is any times we've had a Cadillac on the front cover of the Gazette. Once I've put that in there, I click on the button that says Perform Find, or I can just press the Enter key. We'll do the same thing. And now it turns out that we have 18 magazines that have a Cadillac on the front cover. And I can go through them by using this to move to the next one, 1943, 1946, 1959. All of these are the Cadillacs on the front cover. So that's a pretty good representation. Maybe I want to get more specific. I'm going to go back to the Find button here and say, well, I'd like to find a 1910 Cadillac. How often has that been on the front cover? So I click in front, put 1910, and put Cadillac in for the make of car. And then I can click on the Perform Find button, and it says no records. Apparently there's never been a 1910 Cadillac on the front of the Gazette. I'll modify that a little bit and change it to be 1911 and see what that does. If I perform find, and apparently there have been 3 issues that have 1911 Cadillacs on the front cover in 2020, in 2010, and in 2007. So that's one way of finding more specific information and saying I want to know only if it appears on the front cover or if it's only in this field or another field. Here's another example. I'll just click the Show All button. By the way, if I click here on the word volume, it immediately takes me to shows all the records and takes me to the last record, the most recent magazine. So that's a quick and easy way to get all the records back in. How about if I'm looking for someone's obituary? So I'm going to click on Find, and I'll click in here and say, I want an obituary for, let's say, Sharpsteen, Sharpsteen, Ben Sharpsteen, the artist who did many, many beautiful covers and drawings for period cars and racing scenes. Let's see if there's an obituary for Sharpsteen. And I click on Perform Find, and it's got 2 magazines that have this mentioned. So let's take a look. But when we're looking for, oh, there it is right there, Ben Sharpsteen obituary. Sometimes when we're looking for magazine articles, it's a little easier to use the article view. And now I can see this whole list here, which shows me more. There it is. And if I look at the second one, there's an obituary also for Bernice Sharpsteen. So I have 2 of them there. And of course, by clicking on the blue arrow, I can go directly to it and view it in my browser. So that's an example of how to find an obituary for a specific person. We could do similar kinds of things. I want to find a safety article. Maybe I'll try that. A safety article relating to tires. And let's see what it gives us. If I click on Perform Find, it says no match. Interesting. What if I say safety relating to gasoline? And press the Enter key. And it has 1 magazine article somewhere in here that has a safety article relating to gasoline. It says gasoline in the title. And if I keep looking down here, There it is right there. Gasoline Feeding the Fire, a safety article from 1996. So these are ways you can get more specific about what you're looking for. I'm going to do the same thing in the articles section. If I show me all the articles, and maybe I'm interested in articles by Bill Cuthbert. If I click on Find, and maybe I remember he did a series on the Hudson. So I put in Hudson for the article title and Cuthbert for the author's last name, and I click on Perform Find, and it goes right there. It tells me it appeared in volume 68, number 2 on page 48, and if I want to see it, I can click on the red arrow, and there it is, highlighted right there for me. If I click on the blue arrow, I can go straight to the article in the magazine and read the whole article. So it's handy, but not necessary to use this find button. It depends on how specific you want to be about finding the data that you're after. There's lots to be learned about using this database for those that are interested, and hopefully by now you've got a sense of how to search and get some kind of the information that you want. That's it for now on searching.